Welcome to the Deep Dive. We unpack complex ideas and pull out the things you can actually use.
And today, we're tackling a huge question.
Yeah, it's one that honestly probably everyone thinks about. Why do some people just seem to sail through life?
Mm.
Success, wealth, it just comes to them.
While others may be just as smart, maybe working even harder, they just struggle constantly. It feels like hitting a wall.
Exactly. So what's the difference?
Well, we dove deep into Charles Haanel's system for this one. It's a classic in mental science. And his answer is pretty direct.
Okay.
He says the difference isn't physical, it's not where you live, it's not even luck necessarily. It's entirely mental. Or, as he might put it, spiritual. Your mind isn't just part of the equation.
It's the whole thing.
It's the only thing, the unique creative engine that builds your circumstances.
Wow. Okay. So that's our mission for this deep dive then. We need to get under the hood of that engine.
Yeah, right.
Understand how it works.
Like, what are the parts? He talks about the conscious
Yeah.
and subconscious mind, right? Exactly. We need to understand those. And crucially, the practices he lays out. How do you actually align your thinking with this universal energy he talks about?
To get the results you want. Health, wealth, love, whatever it is.
That's the blueprint we're exploring.
Yeah.
And it all starts with what he calls the inner world.
The inner world. Okay.
Yeah, let's start there.
So the core idea here, if I'm getting this right, is pretty radical. It's saying all the power, all the resources you need, they're already inside you.
Completely and totally within your control, which means success isn't random. It comes from, well, knowing how this works and actually applying it. Accurate cognition, he calls it.
Okay, so knowing and doing.
And this ties directly into, the law of cause and effect. Haanel calls it the law of increase or sometimes the law of attraction.
Right, cause and effect. So the cause is...
The cause is your mind.
Yeah.
Your habitual thoughts, your dominant mental attitude, that's the seed.
And the effect is everything else.
Mhm.
Your circumstances, your environment, your experiences.
Exactly. Those are the fruit. They have to match the seed you planted with your thinking.
I like how the source really pins down the sequence there.
Mm.
It says you can't do something if you don't possess the power internally first.
Precisely. Your doing is limited by your being.
And your being comes from your thinking. You have to get the thought right first.
That's the foundation. That internal state is the inner world. It's the realm of thought, feeling, power, spirit, essentially.
And he claims this inner place has infinite potential, infinite wisdom, energy.
Infinite supply, yeah. That's the claim. And here's the kicker for you listening. The outer world. Everything you see and experience. It's just a mirror.
A reflection of what's inside.
Just a reflection. There's an old saying, appearance springs from the mind. That sums it up.
So the big takeaway here is stop fighting the outside world. Don't struggle against circumstance.
They don't need to. The real work is achieving inner harmony.
Control your thoughts and you control your experiences. That's the requirement for health, wealth, anything.
It's the necessary foundation. If your inner world is full of anxiety or confusion, guess what?
The outer world is going to match.
It has to. It can't be any other way, according to this system.
Okay, so harmony inside leads to harmony outside. How do we get that inner harmony? We need the instruction manual for the mind.
Exactly. And Haanel gives us one. He breaks the mind down into two main modes of action, conscious and subconscious.
Objective and subjective, he calls them.
Right. Objective is conscious, subjective is subconscious.
Huh.
And there's this great analogy from a Professor Davidson he quotes.
Oh, yeah?
Trying to grasp the mind's full power using only the conscious part. It's like trying to light up the whole universe with just a candle.
Wow. Okay. That definitely puts it in perspective. So the conscious, objective mind, that's the candle.
That's the candle. It's what you use with your five senses. It's where you reason, make choices, exercise your will. It deals with the now, the physical world.
And critically, you said it's the gatekeeper.
Yes. This is maybe its most important job. It stands guard over the subconscious, the subjective mind.
Guarding it from what?
Bad inputs, negative suggestions, fear, worry, thoughts about lack, conflict, all that stuff. If the conscious mind lets those through,
They get into the main system.
they seep into the operating system, yeah, and start running the show.
Okay, so let's talk about that main system, the subconscious, the subjective mind, the universe part of the analogy.
Right. This is the powerhouse. It's where intuition comes from, your tastes, your memories, and importantly, all your habits.
Habits, okay. And it runs the body automatically, too.
Mm.
Heartbeat, breathing.
All the involuntary stuff, yes,
Mm.
systematically, accurately. But here's the really wild part about the subjective mind.
What's that?
It can't argue. It doesn't reason like the conscious mind. It just accepts.
Accepts what?
Any premise, any idea that the conscious mind gives it, even if it's totally false.
Wait a second. So if I tell myself I'm a failure?
The subconscious takes that as fact, as a blueprint,
Yeah.
and it immediately gets to work building a reality that matches that blueprint externally.
Okay, hang on. Let's push on that because that sounds incredibly difficult to manage in practice. If I sit down for, say, 30 minutes and tell myself I am wealthy, I am abundant,
Okay.
but then the other 23 and a half hours, I'm drowning and worry about bills, thinking about debt I've had for years. Is Haanel saying that 30 minutes is enough? Does it just wipe out all the other stuff?
That's a great question, and the source is very clear. No.
Okay.
Remember, the subconscious is the seat of habit. It runs on the dominant instructions, the ones that have been repeated, felt, believed over time.
So those years of worry have built a really strong negative habit.
Exactly. It's like a deeply etched groove. To change that, you need more than a quick affirmation. You need powerful, consistent, opposite instructions, repeated until they become the dominant thought.
You have to actually change the underlying belief, the dominant mental attitude, not just say words.
Precisely. That's why the practice and training are so essential. It's reprogramming.
Okay, reprogramming.
Okay.
That leads us to how this manifests physically. You mentioned the solar plexus.
Yes. If the mind's the engine, Haanel points to the solar plexus as kind of the central distribution hub in the body.
Behind the stomach, right, a nerve center.
Right. He calls it the body's sun, the place where energy radiates outwards from.
Okay, this solar plexus thing, it sounds a bit like, I don't know, metaphysical anatomy. How does a bundle of nerves actually broadcast our thoughts into results? What's the mechanism supposed to be?
Well, he describes it functionally. Think of it like this. A thought originates in the brain. The conscious mind approves it, accepts it as true.
Okay.
That message gets sent down to the solar plexus. There, it merges with your vital life force. And that combined energy is what then radiates outward.
Radiates out to create
Yes.
circumstances and affect your body.
Both. When your solar plexus is strong, active, humming along nicely, it radiates positive energy, vitality. That's where you get personal charisma, that magnetic quality some people have.
So when we talk about someone having good energy or good vibes,
In this view, yeah, you're sensing the healthy radiation from their solar plexus. They literally bring comfort, attract positive things, because their inner state is harmonious.
okay. But what happens if the signal gets messed up?
That's the crucial warning. Interference. Negative stuff like
Yeah.
hate, resentment, anxiety, and especially fear. These things act like static.
It blocked the signal.
They obstruct the radiation. And that blockage, according to Haanel, leads directly to problems. Physical illness, mental fog, and just a lack of good results showing up in your life. Disharmony.
Right. And you said fear is the big one.
Fear is the absolute worst offender. It's not just feeling bad. It's described as a potent negative thought form. It weakens that solar plexus radiation dramatically.
And it attracts what you're afraid of.
That's the insidious part. It actively draws those dreaded circumstances towards you. It's the law of attraction working perfectly, just in reverse.
Like that old quote, "The thing which I greatly feared is come upon me."
Exactly. The fear itself was the mental seed that had to sprout. So the most critical action for you, the listener, is to tackle fear head on by realizing your own inner power through the practices we'll discuss. You have to consciously choose thoughts of courage, confidence, hope. That makes the solar plexus expand, radiate properly, and create positive results.
Okay, so conquer fear, harmonize internally, then you can start creating intentionally.
Right. Now we get to the actual creative process. And the fuel for it is thought itself.
Thought is energy.
Dynamic energy, he calls it, the movement of spirit. And when you concentrate that energy, focus it on a specific goal, that's when it turns into real power.
Okay, so how do you harness that power? You mentioned 3 steps.
Yeah.
Like visualization.
Exactly. It's basically a 3-step visualization process. Step 1, idealization.
Idealization, meaning
You have to get crystal clear on the end result. What exactly do you want? No vagueness allowed. If the image is fuzzy, you have to go back into silence, focus until it's sharp and definite, like deciding what crop you want before you plant.
right. If you don't know what you're planting, you can't expect a specific harvest.
Yeah.
Okay, so step 1, clear idea. Step 2,
Visualization. Now you take that clear idea and you see it in your mind's eye. You build the picture, add details, feel the reality of having achieved it.
and this is where the how starts to show up.
This is where the magic happens, supposedly.
Yeah.
As you hold that clear vision, the methods, the means, the opportunities, they start appearing. Circumstances shift. The how follows the what.
Okay. And the final step.
Materialization. That's the physical result.
Mm.
The idea made manifest in the outer world. Your mental blueprint built in reality.
He gives an example of this, right? Tesla?
Oh yeah, a really striking example, Nikola Tesla. Apparently he had this incredible ability to invent entirely in his head.
Like, he didn't build prototypes first.
Not physically, no. He'd build the machine, run it, test it, find flaws, redesign it, perfect it, all as a mental picture, sometimes for months.
Wow.
Only when the mental design was absolutely perfect, flawless in his imagination, would he then instruct engineers to build the physical thing.
And it worked.
Apparently, it always matched the mental blueprint exactly. No trial and error needed in the physical world because he'd done it all internally first.
Okay, Tesla's obviously a genius, a major outlier. What about the rest of it? I mean, visualizing my breakfast is one thing, but the source talks about visualizing something complex, like a battleship. How do you even start?
Right, and that's exactly why the practice is so important. It's mental muscle you have to build. We'll get to the specific exercises.
Okay.
But the reason this focused visualization is the key mechanism goes back to that law of attraction. Thoughts connect to their object.
So whatever you focus on, you draw to you.
Yes. That concentrated thought energy goes out and links up with its corresponding reality. So if your focus, your energy is all on debt, problems, lack,
That's what the law brings you more of.
it has to. So you must consciously direct that powerful dynamic energy only towards what you want. Abundance, success, health, whatever the ideal is.
Okay, this definitely sounds like it requires training. Serious mental discipline.
It absolutely does. And Haanel provides a regimen.
What's the starting point?
The absolute, non-negotiable foundation is what he calls the silent time.
Silent time.
Every day, find a place you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, but upright, no slouching, and then relax. Completely relax your body, every muscle, no tension anywhere.
Just total physical stillness. For how long?
15 to 30 minutes daily. The first goal is just getting absolute control over the body, banish tension. Because he argues tension causes chaotic, abnormal mental activity.
Okay, so master the body first. Stillness. Then what?
And then you tackle the mind. The goal is to hold your thoughts still too, or at least allow only the thoughts you choose to be there.
Oh, that sounds much harder.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
This is where you immediately see what he calls the unbidden guests, all that random, negative, distracting mental chatter that constantly tries to barge in.
You have to learn to shut the door on them.
Exactly. You learn to control the focus of your attention.
And to help replace the old negative patterns, he suggests an affirmation.
Yes, a very specific, powerful declaration. The idea is to repeat it constantly, day and night, really feel it until it sinks deep into the subconscious and overwrites the old programming.
What is it?
I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy.
I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy.
Repeating that, consciously and with feeling, creates the positive blueprint, the mold, that the subconscious then has to fill.
Okay, and the training builds from there.
Logically, yes. You start with body control, total stillness, then mental control, holding focus, silencing chatter.
Then the visualization practice gets more specific.
Right. You practice visualizing simple things first, like look at a photograph, study it, close your eyes, and recreate the image perfectly in your mind, sharpening that inner sight.
Building the mental muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you move to more complex conceptual visualization. That's where the battleship example comes in.
How does thinking about a battleship help?
You think about its complexity, its power, but then you trace it backwards, past the steel, past the engines, past the blueprints, all the way back to its origin.
Which was?
Just an idea, a non-material concept existing perfectly in the mind of its designer.
Ah, I see. So doing that proves to yourself that powerful things start as pure thought.
Exactly. It demonstrates the creative power of your own mind, your own inner spirit.
Okay, quite a journey we've taken here. From understanding the power of the inner world to the practical steps for harnessing it.
It really is a complete system.
So summarizing then,
Yeah.
we've learned that your attitude really does determine your altitude. Success isn't luck. It seems to hinge on, well, a scientific grasp of how your mind works.
Right. Master that conscious, objective mind. Be the vigilant gatekeeper.
And by doing that, you protect and direct the incredible creative power of the subconscious, the subjective mind.
And Haanel has this final encouraging thought. He describes the universal spirit, the source of all this energy and supply, as being in a state of constant giving. It's always looking for ways, for channels to bestow good things.
Looking for channels,
Yeah,
like us, people.
exactly. So if you feel like you're struggling, if things aren't flowing, The suggestion is you might be inadvertently blocking that channel yourself
By holding on to fear.
by holding on to fear, or maybe being too rigid in your own plans, not being open to how the good might come, or just being unclear about what you're actually asking for.
Okay, so let's leave everyone with a final thought to chew on, something directly from this material.
Go for it.
You are not limited by money, by circumstances, by where you live. The source states the only limit is your own ability to conceive of what you desire, your thinking capacity.
That's the core message.
So here's the question for you. If you could have absolutely anything you truly believed in, and belief was the only requirement, how would that certainty change the vision you're holding in your mind right now? Would it be bigger, clearer, more ambitious?
Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about, maybe during your silent time. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
See you next time.